Shalom Aleichem. My good girl. Here we have another, this is a Zhitomir Gemara. A Gemara from Zhitomir. Zhitomir is in Ukraine. This is Mesechet Sanhedrin. The Mesechta of Sanhedrin, min Talmud Babli, from the Talmud, from the Babylonian Talmud. Im Kolam Mefarshim, with all of the commentaries, Kasher Nitfas Mekedem, that was printed before, traditionally Vim Hosofos Chadoshos, with new editions, Kimavor B'Shar Hasheni, which will be explained in the second title page. Nitfas B'Zhitomir. It was printed in Zhitomir, 1859. Alidei Hashutafim, through the brothers, through the partners, Nechadei Harav Mislavita, the grandchildren of the Rav from Slavita. Shapiro, his name was Rav Shapiro. Here, this is the second page, the second shar. 1 second. One moment, please. Here we go. Okay, this is the second shar. The second page, the second gate. Mesechet Sanhedrin min Talmud Bavli. Here we can read that, learn that. Zhitomir from Zhitomir. Tofrei Yud Tes. That's the date. The date was 1857. And Nitfas Alidei, it was printed through Hashutafim, the partners, Nechadei Harav, the grandchildren of the Rav Mislavita, Rabbani Moreno Agon Chanina Lipa, Rabbani Moreno Agon Yoshua Heschel, Reb Chanina Lipa, and Yoshua Heschel Shapiro, from the Shapiro family. These are the grandchildren of the Slavita Rebbe, the Rebbe from Slavita. Here, this is Sanhedrin. This is the first Mishnah of Sanhedrin. Dini Momonos, laws of Dini Momonos. That's laws having to do with money. Bishalosha, with 3 judges. Gezelos v'chavelos, that's thievery, something was stolen, v'chavelos, or damaged, b'shalosha, with 3. Nezek v'chatzi nezek, tashlumi kefel, v'tashlumi arba v'chamisha, b'shlosha. If somebody has to pay the damage, or if somebody did some damage, or else if somebody did some damage to someone else he has to pay half of the damage. Tashlumi kefil, sometimes he has to pay twice. It depends on what it says in the Torah. Tashlumi arba v'chamisha, or sometimes it's even 4 or 5 times whatever. Let's say the object was worth. Let's say he stole a lamb or a sheep or a cow or whatever it is, so you might have to pay 4 or 5 times the amount. It tells you in the Torah. It says exactly. We'll see if we can find that where. Ha'ones v'hamefata v'yamotzi shemra b'shlosha. So this is having to do with if somebody This is somebody entices a young girl somebody brings bad, puts a bad reputation on somebody, on a woman. So this is b'shlosha. This is with three judges. So when it says shlosha, it means three judges that have to sit on it. Divri Rabbi Meir. This is what Rabbi Meir said. Chachamim amrim motzi shemra b'esrim b'shlosha. The Chachamim, the Chachamim say, the Tanoim say, the Rabbanon say, motzi shemra b'esrim b'shlosha. Somebody that brings a bad reputation, possibly, God forbid, to a woman, b'esrim b'shlosha, with 23, because it might have something that might have to do with a capital punishment. So a capital punishment crime, a possibility, it's esrim b'shlosha. It has to be many judges, because one wants to try to give the person that is being judged the most benefit of a doubt. The benefit of the doubt, not the benefit of the doubt, but the most chance to come out okay. So that will have to be with 23. So let's see. Motzi Shemra, B'esrim V'shlosha. Motzi Shemra. Somebody that brings, possibly, that says something bad about the reputation of a young woman or a woman that has to, so B'esrim V'shlosha. This is, so there's it goes to court. It's possibility that it's libelous, or whatever might be the case, that it's going to court. The Esrim V'shlosha, 23, mipnei sheyesh bo dinei nefashos, because it might have something having to do with capital. Motzi Shemra, lo matzasi levitcha besulim, v'yanshu also meyo kesef, devarim chav beis. So what does it mean, Motzi Shemra? Brings a bad name, bad reputation. Lo matzasi levitcha besulim. It says in the Torah, if a man says he marries a young woman and he says to the parents, or he says, he says to the father or the mother, Lo matzasi levitcha besulim. I did not find your daughter to be a virgin. V'yanshu also meyo kesef. So he's fined 100 kesef, 100 pieces, whatever the coinage was at the time, the pieces of silver. Devarim chav beis. That's in Devarim 20:22. So that's the Rashi. The Rashi explains what the Mishnah says. This is the Tosfos. The Rashi was first, then the Tosfos. This is a very long Mishnah. This is a very long Mishnah over here, and it goes till here. Till here where it says Gimel Mem. That's the Gemara. So that's when they start, the Rabbanan, they start talking about the Mishnah over here. So this is Sanhedrin. So anyway, this can be This can be there. This is available. This Masechta, this is available in English also, in English or other languages. It was translated, and one can readily go and start learning this. And this Masechta of the Gemara or other Masechtos. This is Sanhedrin. Well, these are the various Mefarshim, the commentators on the Talmud, on the Gemara. Oh, so that's here. This is the next. So here, this is the end of the Masechtas Sanhedrin. And this is Shavouos. And Talmud Bavli, Shavouos, that's oaths. Oaths. Taking, swearing, taking an oath. The Zhitomir, this is from also the Talmud Bavli. So this would be this is the first Mishnah over here, and here's the Rashi, and this is the Tosfos. So anyway, it's a big mitzvah to learn the Torah, the Talmud. It's a big part of the Torah. Well, that's a long Mishnah, you see. From here, and it goes down all the way to here, where it says Gemara, Gimel Mem, Gemara. So this is called Shavouos. This Masechta. So Shavouos, it has Sanhedrin. This is the binding here. So this is this Sanhedrin from the Talmud Bavli, and then Oh, that's a nice illustration. It's a nice piece of art. And then Sanhedrin. Here's more in Sanhedrin. And then we get to Shavouos in the Talmud Bably, the Babylonian Talmud. And this is a Zhitomir edition of the Talmud Bably, the Babylonian Talmud. Oh, this is from another sefer. Oh, one second. Okay. It says here, Salik Mesechet Shavouos B'siyata Deshmaya. The Mesechta of Shavouos, the Tractate of Shavouos was finished, was learned B'siyata Deshmaya, with the help of heaven, with Hashem's help. With Hashem's help. Salik Mesechet Shavouos B'siyata Deshmaya. Salik Mesechet Shavouos B'siyata Deshmaya. Okay. So here we are. It's a very nice binding too. It's a nice binding. This is from the original binding that they did on it. So there we go. Thank you very much. Beit Matzliach. Kol Tov.